My name is Emily Klingstein, and today I will be presenting my thematic unit on a look into the national parks. The purpose of this unit is to expose 6th graders to farmland Indiana, to the natural wonders of the United States. I will be conducting this presentation based on the road trip I have planned for my class. So first, we will start on the West Coast and work our way back to Indiana. So I wanted to do this experience in a new way. So this presentation is currently being conducted in our RV that we use to go camping and travel. So our first stop for the student's choice is going to be between Yellowstone and Yosemite National Park. Second, we will make our way to the Grand Canyon, stop by the Rockies, take a break at the Everglades National Park, hike in the Acadia National Park, and finally end back home at Indiana State Dunes. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is our class map. So each time we start a new lesson, we will be moving our little RV from one location to the end. So this is showing our whole road map as a class. So next I want to go into our goals. My first goal is that students will be able to experience a wide variety of national parks and what makes each so unique. Each lesson focuses on what each national park has to offer and what makes it different from others. The second goal is that students will be able to locate each national park on a map of the United States, which an example of this would be our class map of the road trip. And third, students will be able to participate in a wide variety of activities that allow them to explore each park. Some activities, examples of these activities are reviewing riding, building a bridge, salt and flower map, art that is reflective of the Native American tribe, and hiking and exploring. So why did I choose this theme? This theme is important to me as I have a heart for outdoors and exploring what is right here in my backyard. It took me a while to land on this theme as I was thinking about nature in general or hike, and then some conversations later I landed on national parks and I felt confident. This isn't all the national parks or even what each park has to offer. It's just a look at what they look like, hence why it's just called a look into the national parks. And so these are just some adventures that I've been able to have. I chose to do this order, and I chose to order this unit in this order, like a road trip, because my parents are also currently planning a road trip to go out west for the next couple months. So my unit is similar to road tripping, just like them. So a summary of what I've conducted, I wanted to make sure that I was giving my students a wide variety of national parks and how each of them differ so greatly. So this one is Yosemite or Yellowstone, which was chosen because my parents were debating which one was better. So I thought I should make my students write a review about one of the parks after doing research on the website I made with information from National Geographic. 6th grade focuses on argumentative writing as one of their main standards. Next is very exciting for me, as students will be solving a problem I created that the park rangers need to find an easy way to get from one side of the canyon to the other. So the students will be experimenting with different types of bridges to create one that will withstand the most amount of a weight. To tie in social studies of comparing the United States to Europe, the 6th graders will be reviewing what the Rocky Mountains are like in comparison to the Swiss Alps. After creating a Venn diagram, the students will create a salt and flower map of West Coast of the United States of America. Making our way down to the Everglades National Park, I was researching different news that came from there recently, and I stumbled upon an alligator wrestler who was founded by the Native American tribe and still lives there today. I researched what made this tribe special, and it was their clothes. So I designed an art lesson in which my students will create their own design to print. This lesson ties in the standard of appreciating other cultures and how they impact us. After creating their masterpieces, we will take a hike to Acadia National Park, and one student will be a hiker and the other student will be a bird. I will give them this note card of their map of what they will be doing. This lesson will be teaching the students the difference between distance and displacement. This standard goes along with distance and displacement, which is usually very difficult for sixth graders to comprehend. So this involves movement, which allows it to be more interactive and easier for the students to comprehend. And lastly, we will end in Indiana Dunes National Park back home in Indiana. And these, I have the students reviewing what range and line plot and mode and mean are, and some other different types of math skills, so that they would be able to easily identify data analysis and how to analyze data correctly. So next, I will be using my parents as students, as we will be conducting the experiment to see if we can build a bridge across the Colorado River that can withstand the weight of a ranger and a horse coming across. Due to limited time and resources, we will be doing a brief introduction to the lesson and focus on making the bridge. You are now an engineer. The problem is that new park rangers need a quick and safe way to get from one side of the canyon to the other. Your design objective is to make a bridge that spans the river and supports the most weight. Since our materials say on the lesson plan to use straws, we don't have those, so we're using spaghetti. Part of the procedure is to focus on what kind of bridge works best. We know that triangles withstand much more force when compressed rather than squares. So we will design a bridge that uses triangles as the main shape along the beam bridge that consists of beams supported by columns. The rangers will need something to walk or ride on, which would be the deck. A constraint for this is that no part of the bridge may touch the water or bottom of the sink, and the bridge cannot be taped to the Grand Canyon or our countertops. Materials are limited, so be smart. Our materials include 20 plastic drinking straws, or in this case, about a quarter of spaghetti, including Scotch tape, scissors, and a measuring stick. Now that you know your objective, what kind of bridge works best? So Dad, tell me, what are you doing right now?
I am taping the ends of some spaghetti together so that they become like a beam. Now I already have placed 3 of them as far as the walking path. But now we have to be able to support any weight. And in order to support the weight, what I'm thinking is that we make more of a arched bridge type concept, so that we can tie this end to this end, and maybe I can get away with just 2 lengths of spaghetti, which it looks like I might be able to.
I would also like to mention that this sink is about in the middle of where my lesson plan said, where I said it was between 10 and 20 centimeters depending on the grade level that you'll be working on, and we're doing about 17 centimeters right now.
This is what's considered a truss style bridge, which you will see in just a moment, where I am putting these braces in on an angle, which I will then fill in with 2 more braces. What we have here is 3 different trusses, so that we essentially have 2 different walkways. One walkway where people can travel this way, and another walkway where people can travel back this way. What we need to do next then is put the decking in, which would be more spaghetti. And you could put spaghetti in the decking. Like this. to make the walkway.
It's not gonna work without some tape, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, if you had about an hour, which is about your class period time to work on this, could you figure it out, Dad?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good
Definitely.
work. Do you think that this bridge would hold a lot of pennies?
For the weight, for the strength of the spaghetti, it would probably hold about maybe 10 cents of pennies, 10 cents worth of pennies.
Okay.
Now you can see the deck that's going in here.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Well, tune in for next class period to see if it works or not. Thanks for watching, and I hope you take some time this quarantine to get outside and enjoy.